Hello everybody, you may be wondering how the Amazon Fruit Festival 2021 went. Well, it went pretty great. It was the third annual fruit festival that we've had here at Terra Fruitis so far. And some people came, which was pretty cool. We had about half the number of people as last year, which was a little bit disappointing, but it's way better than we could have hoped for considering traveling is kind of difficult. The requirements that governments are doing are constantly changing and really not based on anything. So before in like November, December, since September really, the Ecuadorian government was not requiring any tests or anything to get into the country. You could basically get out of it by saying, oh, I'm going to stay in this place for 10 days, or aka a self-quarantine, and you would just put Fruit Haven or Terra Fruitis as your location, and you didn't need to present a test. But then all of a sudden in December, that whole mutant strain mania started coming out, and the president tried to declare a state of emergency. Now, fortunately, there was a constitutional judge in Ecuador that wasn't quite as cooked by the global elites as the president, and he overturned that ruling and said you can't declare a state of emergency without presenting any actual medical or scientific data showing a current risk. See, he said since it was just based on speculation of possible future risk, the state of emergency was overturned. However, the only thing that stayed from that was the requirement that everyone needed a PCR test to enter the country, which has become standard in many countries. Now even I think to enter the US, I believe you need a PCR test starting January 25th. And it's a bit annoying because you have to get it within 3 days of flying whatever country you're coming from to go into the US. And as you know, it's very hard to get a test result in 3 days in many places. So it seems like they're just trying to make things as hard as possible so that everyone just gives up and accepts the vaccine. But I think a lot of people aren't going to give in so easily. Anyways, the festival went great. We had a lot of delicious, awesome food. I posted some pictures on Facebook of the raw vegan lasagna and pizza and stuff we made. We kept things as clean as possible this year. Very little garlic or onion except in like traditional recipes like tabbouleh where we felt it was needed. We put salt in almost nothing except the fermented foods like the sauerkraut and the nut cheese that kind of needed it in order to ferment. People were very happy with how clean and healthy even the raw vegan gourmet food was. Of course, we had lots of fruits, lots of mangoes and other exotic tropical fruits available to us in South America. So we started to think that it might be hard to have festivals in the future if they're planned long term, like next year. So actually, we're going to do another fruit festival in March, from March 25th to 31st. And that might give people a bit of safety and security so they can kind of plan, because it's easy to plan 2 months into the future right now. It's very unlikely that everything's going to change, but in a year a lot can change, as it did this year. So right now it's pretty easy for people to organize and get things done. In fact, coming to the fruit festival is a great way to check out the land at Terra Fruitis and Fruit Haven. One of the events we have are tours of the Terra Fruitis personal plots that are for sale, Fruit Haven 10 and Fruit Havens 1, 2, and 3. So you can, if you're interested in buying land, you can see all the lands that are available. A lot of people are thinking about relocating now. There's a lot of mass migrations going on because of all these terrible lockdowns in a lot of Western countries. So it's really great right now to be in a rural area and see this happening. In Ecuador, a lot of the tourism industry is being crushed right now, but we're actually doing very well. There's still a lot of travelers coming to Terra Fruitis and Fruit Haven, often to permanently relocate, just because we're anti-fragile. If you look at the term anti-fragile, basically means the worse the conditions get, the stronger you become. The stronger the anti-fragile thing becomes. So it's really good to design your operation to be anti-fragile. So obviously, as global risk increases, the more people want to come to Terra Fruitis and Fruit Haven. So it's really great. Coming down, check out AmazonFruitFestival.com. You can already buy tickets, low prices, even lower prices than this year. Trying to make it affordable for everybody. And coming down on March 25th, we're having the same thing, a coconut water fast 3 days before and the second week after, the 31st. And there's going to be a lot of really great rare Amazon fruits that you can't really find anywhere else. Fruits you've never heard of before. You can see these things on the website. Have a great day, everybody. Check out the Amazon Fruit Festival.